Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be something a little different, something I've never actually done before. I'm going to actually go back and watch last year. I posted a video on my channel. I think it was like 17 books I was most anticipating for 2017. So what I want to do is I want to go back to that video and watch it again and kind of react to the books that I'm talking about and whether I read them, whether I liked them, and see what happens. So yeah, I'm currently... Alright, let's do this.
Welcome back to the Messy Bookshelf. I'm Jennifer, and today I'm going to be talking about the books that I'm most excited for this year.
My hair hasn't changed that much. It's just a brighter blue. This is like the ending of the blue that I did last year. And then I went blonde. No, I went red next. And then I went blonde. And then I went back to blue because I love me some blue.
Well, this first 6 months of the year. So the first couple of books are actually already released. And the first one is Wayfarer by Alexandra Bracken.
I still haven't finished this book yet. I haven't picked it up. I haven't read it. I think part of it was I enjoyed Passenger, but it was a very long story, and I haven't heard enough about Wayfarer for me to want to continue on and read that. So I might get to it, but it's not something that's like high on my list anymore.
This book came out on January 3rd. Its first book, Passenger, came out last year, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited for this second book, and I think it might just be a duology, and I've heard really good things about it. I've heard that it's better than the first, so I'm excited to get this one very soon, hopefully. The next book is actually coming out today, the day that I'm filming this. Well, it's already out because this is at night, and it is History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera. This book I read back last year, and I'm pretty sure I did a whole review on it. I'll link it up here.
I sound so unenthusiastic for Adam Silvera. Like, I don't know if I'm sick or tired. I did mention that it was at night, so maybe it's after a day of work. But for someone who loves Adam Silvera as much as I do, I figured I'd be more excited about his book, especially because at this point I'd already read it. I read it about 6 months ago, and then I had to wait a whole freaking year for They Both Die at the End to come out, which was another fantastic book. Like, what author has 2 books come out in a year from 2 different publishing houses, Soho and HarperCollins?
If I did, and I absolutely loved it, you should definitely check out both of Adam's books. Adam actually has a second book coming out this year on September 5th, and it is They Both Die at the End. And if that doesn't intrigue you enough, it's an LGBT book that's apocalyptic, so I'm super excited about this. Adam Silvera is one of my favorite authors. It's kind of like him and Ray Morrell are my 2 faves. The next one that I'm excited to come out comes out in February on the 14th, Valentine's Day, and it is We Are Okay by Nina LaCour.
I actually won a copy of this from Kirsten White this year, which was a very high moment for me because I never win contests. I randomly signed on to Twitter while watching, I think it was the Series of Unfortunate Events, saw that she was doing this giveaway, decided to tweet back, and next thing I know, I checked Twitter and I won. And I read the book. It was so good. I absolutely loved it. Nina LaCour can pretty much do no wrong. So yeah.
I really did love Nina LaCour's writing. I read Everything Leads to You a couple years ago, and I just recently read her book with David Levithan, You Know Me Well, and I'm super excited to read We Are Okay. The
With
next
good reason.
book that I'm excited for comes out in April on the 18th, and it is Bang by Barry Lyga. This is an advanced reader's copy that was sent to me from the publishers through work. We are doing an event, which I will talk about more at the end, and when this one came in, I was really intrigued by it, so I kind of kept it for myself. It tells a story about a boy who accidentally shot his younger sister when he was younger, so I was just really intrigued by it. A few of us at work were really excited about this one, so I will be reading this very soon.
I did read this one. It was actually very good. But we never got any copies into work, so I couldn't even, like, tell people. And I kind of forgot about it and didn't think to order any in. Because it was very good. And I suggest you check it out. Barry Laga seems like he's a great author.
The next one comes out on the 7th, and it is The Inexplicable Logic of My Life.
I was really excited for this one, and then just did not read it at all. The day just passed by. Reviews didn't happen. And now I think it's too late, because I think my issue with this one, I was like, it's not going to live up to Aristotle and Dante. And then Perpetual Pages read it, and I had some issues with it, I think. They still really enjoyed it, but they did have some issues, so I think that kind of, like, concerned me, and I knew it wasn't going to be as good as Aristotle and Dante, so I think all of that just was like, no, we're just going to move on to a new book.
This is by Benjamin Alire Sanz. He wrote Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, and when I found out he had another book coming out, I was super excited, and as soon as it came up on the list of arcs to choose from, I immediately requested it because Aristotle and Dante is just fantastic, and I'm super excited to get through this one. It's big. It's big. I'm excited. The next books are all books that come out in May, because May is always a big publishing month, especially with BookCon and everything. And May is also my birthday, so if any of my relatives are watching this, gift cards to Indigo, please. Thanks. So the first one that comes out on the 2nd, so the Tuesday before my birthday, is A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. This is the, I'm pretty sure, final book in the Court of Thorns.
It's not the final book. She has, like, 2 more coming out, or they're novellas or something. I still haven't read it. It's almost been out a year. I still haven't read it. I started it, but it's a little boring. I'm not on good terms with Sarah J. Maas right now because her writing just... It starts off okay, and then it gets really good, and then it's just like, oh, we've peaked now. Bye. But people enjoy her characters, and that's why they stick around, but even though the plot sucks.
Thorns and Roses trilogy, and I adored A Court of Mist and Fury, so I'm super excited for Wings and Ruin.
I've heard people have given up on the series after reading Wings and Ruin. I'll probably get around to it eventually, but it's not high on my list right now.
I just know it's going to be amazing, or I hope it's going to be amazing, so I need to get my hands on that. The next book is Ramona Blue by Julie Murphy.
Still haven't read this one. I actually received an art copy of Ramona Blue, and although it was good, it wasn't intriguing enough to, like, keep my attention. I wasn't all that sure on the LGBT aspect. I did find out after that Julie Murphy is bisexual, so I do kind of want to give it a second try, but I think I want to pick up a finished copy and read that instead. But it did get me to reading her first book, Dumplin', which was phenomenal, and I'm probably going to be picking up the sequel to that.
This is another LGBT book. This tells the story of a girl who's really tall and realizes she likes girls, but I think she doesn't, and she has blue hair. So I'm definitely interested in getting my hands on this one.
But you can still hear the hesitation in my voice when talking about that book, and I just did not describe it. I was like, she likes boys, she likes girls, she has blue hair!
Next one I am excited to read is When Dimple Met Rishi by...
I feel really bad for not having read this arc when I got it, because I still want to read it. I heard amazing things about it, and I really need to read it because it's a diverse book. But I have the arc, so I may borrow a finished copy to try and actually read a finished copy.
Sandia Menon. There we go. Read it off my trusted journal. Yes, it is Harry Potter. Expecting Return. And I heard about this in a diversity video, and it sounded really interesting, and then an arc came in, so I read the summary, and I was like, this sounds really cool, but I want to spread the coolness to the people. We'll talk at the end. And the last book that I'm excited about so far this year comes out in June on the 6th, and it is Once and For All by Sarah Dessen. I've only read...
Again, I received a copy of this. I actually ended up receiving 2 because I received one through work and then one again through Penguin Random House through work, because Penguin kind of sends this book randomly while there's a list with work that we can choose from. And I still haven't read this one, but I think it's because at first I was intrigued by the wedding thing, and then I started reading it and I was like, I'm not going to be into this, I don't think.
One other Sarah Dessen book, and that is Saint Anything, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. So I want to try and keep up with her new books as I try to work back to her old books, because I do actually have...
I really like my makeup in this video. Or at least my eye makeup. It matches my hair.
Those are all the books that I'm really excited for. Let me know down below if you're excited for any of these, or if there are other books that you're excited for that come out this year. So, earlier in the video...
Okay, and now I start talking about teen events that are happening in June, which don't matter anymore, because they're over and done with. But yeah, those are the books that I was anticipating for 2017, or at least the first half of 2017. I may do a video for this. I'm not 100% sure. I do have a small list of books that I've picked up through watching like other people's, because I tried to go online and I can't really find like a list of things that are coming out next year. Not like a good list anyway, but I don't think it's gonna happen because a lot of my goal for this year is to read as much of my TBR bookshelf, which is not in screen. I'll show you. Okay, so this shelf here, so this shelf is my TBR shelf. Every book on the shelf, for the most part, besides like some of the box sets where I didn't want to separate them, they are all unread. That's a lot of unread books. A whole shelf full, plus there's like more on the floor, and there's another shelf over here. So yeah, I have quite a few unread books in my house, and I want to get them down as much as possible this year. This is my red shelf, and it is starting to overflow, but I can just remove the VHSs that are down on the bottom. So yeah, I'm not really planning on doing an anticipated reads. I'm thinking about doing a like yearly TBR before the year begins, and like creating a list of books that I want to read this year. So if you want to see that, let me know down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my content, please hit the subscribe button. I've been doing a lot of different stuff recently. Like last week, you don't even see my face. You just hear me reading, which I thought was pretty cool. Maybe it's not. Who knows? But yeah, that's it. And I will not see you on Monday because Monday is Christmas. So have a great Christmas, guys. But I will be back next Friday for a new video. It might be that video that I was just talking about. Okay, bye!